Please tell me
Whoa!
that
Hello. We're back.
That's what I was hoping for.
What were you doing?
Egg balls.
Egg balls.
All right.
So, you went down into this dark and spooky tunnel under the old woman's house. It was kind of sort of under, and there was an etcap in there. You already fought one of them, but the one you fought before was so tangled up in Melody's entangle spell, it was no fight. This is what that fight would have been like, which is why you're kind of glad that that Melody entangled. Her magic came in handy. The rest of the spiders did skitter away.
Did it even hit us? It hit Melody and that was it?
I didn't get hit by the Eticab last time.
Yeah,
No, this
you got
time.
bitten.
This time, yeah, I got hit by the Eticab once.
It's just tanky.
I think it was those little spider swarms that dealt the most damage.
They've skidded away into the darkness, into the depths. But it's not that dark because Gelwin's holding a lantern, and he's still kind of freaked out. He's kind of
Yeah.
sword in the other hand.
Melody just stands up, like probably like with like odd spiders scuttling everywhere, like probably spits out a bit of Eticap flesh, and then just you see the magic cast again, and she heals herself for some health.
Whoa, good healing.
Not too perturbed by Melody, like kind of like now looking away from it because it just caught me off guard when I saw it. I'm like, oh, and who's this guy?
Yeah, there is a guy tangled up in spider webs. Just kind of like...
I'm gonna walk over to him and be like, are you conscious?
That's cute.
What? My headphone's falling off. Is that the...
No, I just
magic.
heard Dean crack up and I was like, oh.
Dean's got a beautiful laugh. It's so good. Yeah. You deal with the big one.
I'll help you out. Hey, Gil, come here for a sec.
So this guy is in sort of tattered-ish armor. Some of it's leather, some of it's metal. He's got a helmet on, and he's got a wooden mask covering the top sort of chunk of his face. It's got a big old nose on it, like big old fake nose. Just unrealistically big, like cartoony. Like a sort of jestery thing.
Gil, come here. I need to borrow some of that fire to get this guy down.
Wait a second, Sid.
It's the one you're looking for, right?
And if Sid's like going to try and get him down, Melody goes across and like starts pulling the webs away with a spear.
Sure. Give me a relevant roll.
A
relevant roll.
It's actually an attack roll against webs. Now I remember. Straight up.
I stabbed the guy!
You don't stab the guy. I'm not that much of an asshole.
I'm not going to be that much of an asshole. Your spear snaps.
No, you're doing this slow thing while they're having conversations. You don't get any issues. Yeah, Melody doesn't help at all. In fact, she makes the situation worse for
Melody
Sid.
gets tangled up.
Yeah, it gets a little tangled. Gets like spider webs in her hair. It's a whole thing.
As if she didn't already probably have spider webs in her hair.
It's probably in there.
She gets more spider webs.
More spider, fresh spider webs, which is honestly
spider
is good.
webs just absorbing the spider ichor.
Yeah.
But she's of no help for you, Sid.
I'll give Sid the lantern back.
Yep. I'm going to like take something else that's flammable out of my pack, or even just open up the hood of the lantern, whatever it is, and just start using that to like burn the webs away. Because the webs will catch fire, but they're not gonna like. It's like they burn bright,
They like
particularly hot. They yeah, exactly. It's one of those like it might be uncomfortable, but you'll live.
Takes a couple of minutes, and this guy kind of slumps to the ground. He makes no real effort to like catch his feet. He just kind of goes on his ass. You're like, thank you. Doggo. I feel like I've been in there for ages. You deal with the bitch yet?
I'm picturing this voice coming out of the dog. It's like the dog is what came out of the webs. Oh, Jesus.
Fuck.
So, I assume you're not referring to that thing, and I gesture at Melody, but then like, oop, and then past Melody and at the dead Ettercap behind her.
No. Fuck. I always said, never trust anyone with long fingernails. They're always evil. They're always fucking like warlocks or something. He's this old fucking ninny bitch.
Self-conscious for a moment, I like check my fingernails.
Yeah.
You must
They're fine.
be Nose Branch, yes?
Ah, it's me. Yeah, Nose Branch they call me.
You are, well, we have heard
Ah, you heard of the fighting in the fighting in the pits of Drakenbrow, huh? Yeah, I'm a little famous over there.
No, well, we heard, well, if you were to take off your mask, that there would be something, how would I say it, Gil? A little bit out of the ordinary under there?
Yeah, that would describe him very well.
Give me a persuasion roll here, just to be like whether you're trustworthy or not. You know, you should be fine.
Hey.
He's like, yeah, but yeah. Why are you hearing that? I mean, I'm not keeping it super secret, but you know, villagers don't care.
Well, we spent some time asking about for individuals like you. We knew one once who was our friend. We're not witch hunters or anything. We knew one who was our friend. And
you knew one? I didn't think any of us travelled alone. I thought I was the only one.
Well, his name was Forak Grow. However, he may have travelled under another name previous. He remembers. Well, perhaps this would be better discussed at length at a more safe time.
Yeah.
Melody here still wants to cure the forest, don't you? Still said it. Melody here still wants to cure the forest.
He slowly gets up, but you can tell it's like he's just weakened. And kind of grips the walls like, if you're gonna go deal with the bitch, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna be outside. If that's okay, I really...
Well, I'm actually a little bit curious. Where did all the spiders come from?
She's down there.
Who, you saying that,
The old lady with long
The old lady,
long nails.
the old fingernails.
She
Looks like she could scratch her
She summons
butt
the
from
spiders,
5
cultivates
years
the
away.
spiders, breeds the spiders. I mean, how isn't she?
Do I look like I know? He like actually like takes off his mask and there's like no nose, eyes are grayed. Forak, he's rotted. It's like, do I look like I know magic to you?
Melody would actually like swing the spear towards him. She wouldn't like aim to hit him. She would just like point the spear warily at him. Sort of like,
I see that that mask is compensating for something.
Yeah.
Very
Basically.
well. Here is the deal. We will deal with the lady, and you will wait outside and answer our questions.
Well,
Great.
hold on. We don't fully understand everything here, do we? I mean, like, maybe
Sit,
she was
sit,
peaceful and he's
sit,
the one that aggravated her.
Sit. Understanding is not.
I came here to deal with the spiders,
desire.
you know. Yeah. There were less of them when I was here. They've got a whole bunch more if they caught me.
Yes, probably
Eight-legged
used some of
fucks.
your evil undead magic. No?
Do they
Ah,
breed
what?
inside of you?
Oh no, you've not got spiders.
No.
Have you?
No, you need a
Are you
virgin
certain?
for that.
Because spiders can lay eggs inside corpses, and you are, well, by all accounts, a corpse. Mind if I check your wounds?
Yes, I do mind. I want to go sit outside. And he like reach it and he finds like a flask. It's like more of a thermos of liquor, and he's like, yeah,
Before
and just kind of
he
like,
goes, Vale's gonna like catch the wrist as he goes and be like,
it's cold.
if you leave, we will follow you. And
Yeah.
my friend.
I'm leaving
and
the
I will
door
be-
to sit outside. You ass. You saved me. I'm doing you a solid. We soldiers. And he kind of goes like, doof, doof, and beats your chest. Like, actually hard. You feel like his knuckles like... And then kind of just keeps going. And you can hear him, like, it's not very far to outside. You can go, hear him like, dum, dum, dum.
Well, if he's anything like Forak, I suspect he will not betray us. Which is funny considering Forak did do that. The bastard.
Yeah.
Melody is actually looking at Vale with a frown, and after a moment, she speaks up. Erevail Valinar, you seek dead still walking?
Yes, among other things.
Why? What unnatural, strange.
Exactly. And
I mean,
yet,
I have a lot of questions. I imagine if you came across one of these before, you have questions too. And unfortunately, it died, right? Imagine all the poking and prodding we could do to that thing. What questions
No.
could be answered?
Now is not the time to talk about all this shit for 20 minutes. She's right through there. We should deal with this
and
first.
the nails are growing longer.
Those are both very good points. I'll, load my crossbow.
Yes,
Yeah.
I expect to see some more bolts flying this time. I know I didn't hire you for combat, but you clearly have some competence with the crossbow.
You're right. I certainly know how to draw some blood, don't I? Gesturing to the wound that was on my face.
Yes, well, everyone has a user error once in a while.
But if it becomes a frequency, it's less than of an error and more of a don't.
Dale's gonna lean down like at the waist to your height. I see no other scars.
That's because I haven't fought in nearing 100 years.
Wow. If this is you, Rusty, I can't wait to see you in full-fledged combat mode.
Yes,
Oh,
you should
Rust.
be quite.
Listen, when there's rust, you don't try to repair it. You just remove the part and replace it with something better.
Ah, I wish I could do that under my breath.
Well,
Vale, come on. Please.
alright, let's go. We do not know what this lady is capable of. Perhaps she is a spellcaster. Sid, do you have anything that could protect us from spells?
I certainly do. Except I've already expended all of my resources for the day. I don't have any materials. It's going to take me at least a night to finish fermenting some of the stuff that I need to... But you know what? She also doesn't know what you're capable of. For instance, she likes the arachnids. She doesn't know that you're resilient to their webbing at the moment. Perhaps use that to your advantage.
Melody.
Melody? Melody, at this point I should say, while you've been talking, Melody has been sort of looking down a little to the side and muttering in Sylvan again. But when she hears her name, she looks back
She
up.
snaps back. Yeah.
Melody, let us talk to the lady before we attack her, yes? We may not have to come to blows, necessarily.
Melody actually
That's a
tilts her head at that and says, yes, if she stops twisting forests, no need to kill. This obvious.
Good. Well, with that settled, I guess I will have a look around the corner. For the record, Gil, should you see another thing in there bite me, I have already been bitten a little bit and I am not feeling quite in myself at the moment. So do not let them bite me too many times, no?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I think if you need to worry about anyone biting you, it's fucking Muse.
Oh, I saw it. It was alarming. We
figured
have
out-
to have a talk about it.
I figured out a name we could call her so she doesn't say, you know what.
Yes.
Just call her Muse.
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 Are you growing rather fond of him? Hmm? Is she a bit of your muse? No? Hmm? Anyway, back to business. Back to
Okay.
business.
Shame faces. Let's do this.
I'm gonna have a peek round that corner, Ollie.
Yeah, I mean, you actively can if you want to do perception, sure, but you don't
I mean-
need to.
Can I? I obviously don't know what's round the corner. Would I do a stealth roll to do a sneaky peek?
If you want to stealth.
I'll do a stealth roll. I'd like to do a sneaky peek.
Sneaky peek.
Creep and peep.
Creep and peep. That's what they used to call me at high school.
Ollie didn't go to high school. Hey, la 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 la.
You creep around. You see that kind of down there is a little more natural cave that kind of turns around to a little doorway, and little wooden walls. You're fairly sure that like there's another, basically like that was a tiny little room. There's more stuff down in this room, like down here.
Yeah.
You can actually kind of hear like a little bit of humming of a woman. Just like, you know, like idle, like someone like cooking something, you know. She's not humming Gilligan Gallagher. Sid probably is at this point.
Right, so I will move up to the, the next. And this is where there's the door, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Everyone, get over here, there is a door.
Oh yeah, sure, sure.
Shit!
Oh!
Spiders, tell her we hear, perhaps. May already know.
I don't think spiders have a hive mind.
Belle's gonna turn and look at Melody and go, spiders don't talk.
I'm pretty sure spiders are one of those creatures that just don't really have much of a society together. They kind of
When
born and split.
when Vale says that, Melody just tilts her head and looks at him as if he's saying something strange, but doesn't say anything more.
Right, I guess I will have a peepsy through the peephole.
You do that, and the door just flies open, just with a little rush of air. Inside is this old woman, and she's kind of like going over like a cooking pot. She's leaning over a cooking pot, and she's kind of like has her hand towards you. She's kind of not necessarily facing you that much, because she opened the door with a little bit of magic, you know. And then kind of just.
It's a kind of magic.
Kind of goes back to cooking, like. Vale, give me a perception roll.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a perception roll.
I'm getting some serious like Arkham Asylum vibes here with like Joker as you're trying to like ascend to where he is, and he's doing like whoops. You know what I mean?
Vale, you see like spiders crawling down the wall, and then like get into her hair, which is all like white and frizzled, and then just like kind of disappear. And like there's more than a couple of them like going into her stew or coming out.
I guess I'll take a step in. Hello?
Hello.
What are you brewing there?
Well,
Something
it's going
tasty?
to be. I think it's going to be rather nice. Yes. Would you like some? And kind of like gets a ladle, and there's an eyeball in the stew, and she kind of like brings it up to you, and as it goes close, the eye just goes like it looks at you.
Oh, that's interesting. I at least like to go and check out the what's inside of it.
And I take another step then. Well, actually, I was hoping to talk to you about something.
Oh, that's lovely. I've not had good conversationalists visit me for quite some time. That horrifying, abysmal, undead fellow came, but he didn't have much to talk to a little old lady like me. She has this, like, big, saggy smile. It's one of those things where if you didn't know better, you'd be like, "Aw, knit me something." But this is, you know better.
Why did he not have anything to talk about with you?
He didn't like me, and I didn't like him, and that's exactly why we have to take him out of the picture. Oh, you've got the old forest child with you. Oh, you've grown up quite a bit. I must say, very unfortunate what you've done to the poor village. Very unfortunate.
When she says that, I'm just gonna like slip my hand into Melody's and sort of like grab it a little bit tighter.
It's like goopy still from like ripping
I don't care.
apart and
Probably.
I
doing
don't care. I'm
it.
doing it.
Melody actually looks at Gil strangely, but sort of, and then looks down at her hand, but then looks back at the woman. Why, you twisting forest?
Oh, it's very. You wouldn't understand, little young one. You're far too young, although also too old. Too old. Yes, too old. And just goes back to stirring her pot for a bit.
Perhaps I could try some of that mixture, no?
If you wish,
Fail.
it's good.
At this
It's
point,
good.
I'm sleight of handing as I take a few steps towards with the dagger behind my back.
Sure, roll a sleight of hand, and I'll roll a perception for her. It's unlikely, but it is possible. So, you go over, and the others can clearly see you have the dagger behind your back. She kind of offers you a spoon of the stuff. It actually looks like normal stew, like the spoon that she gets for you now.
We're here for conversation, right? So my question is, where did all the spiders come from?
Oh, they're everywhere. In every forest. All over the place. They just usually don't like to be seen, but I had to deal with the problems in the forest, and I've done it before. See,
So do you like call to them? Do you like they congregate around you, or
yes.
or do you summon them?
Oh,
Are
I
they from this
summon
world?
them. Little magical lures here and there, like sweet candies for children. The spiders, they can't resist it, and then I get the bigger ones, and the smaller ones always follow suit. I just need to whip them into shape, not with literal whips, of course. Those is beyond me. But would you like some of this? And kind of like spoon just at Vale's lips.
I'm smelling it for magic.
Sure. Give me an arcana. It is a little magical, but it's not like she's brewing like a potion or something. It's actually a stew. It's just like spider meat and weird shit mixed together.
I had already said that I was interested in finding out what it was made out of. I would totally go over and not standing directly next to Vale and be like, "Oh, can I smell it too?" And like, so she kind of bring her attention to me.
I'll try that spoonful. I'm not going to be too rude. Yeah.
You try it and it's like fine.
No, you've got the dagger.
It's like fine. Yeah, it's okay. It's like the same quality of the stew you had last night in the tavern. Same sort of shit, honestly. And does the same. Gets another spoonful for Sid. Again, there's a little magic in it. There's magic all over this place though. The stew isn't inherently magical, actually.
Like she didn't wash her hands, magic in it.
Yeah, like she is magical, and it's just like she's like flaking magic in there by accident.
It's like Magicola, you know.
Excuse, my apologies if you've already said, sweetheart. But what should we call you?
Oh, names. My name is Olgan. And she turns to Gil, and her eyes are like almost furious, like Olgan Wolfsbane. You're not wolves, are you? Come to hunt me down, are you?
My wife used to say I was a bit of a hound from time to time, but that's not the same.
Leave this place.
Well,
Leave.
I don't think you understand the joke.
Little
Melody
gnome
growls
far away from your tower. Leave.
Olgan. He was making a joke. It was a terrible, shitty one. I appreciate
Give me
that.
a persuasion roll, Mr. Gillen.
I mean, my wife did
De-escalation.
actually say that from time to time. It was kind of a thing for us. Holy fuck!
The gnomish folks, they have a humor and laughter and jokes, and it's disgusting. I prefer tears and sorrow. Yes.
Miss Wolfsbane, we noticed your little spider friends doing a good job. We noticed a wolf being killed, and it is gone now. I presume this is your protection of the
No
forest.
wolves in the forest. No wolves near the town. Well, sometimes there are wolves in a man's clothing. Sometimes.
I see.
Maybe
I
even
see.
in an elf. No.
Melody actually
What are you suggesting?
actually growls under her breath. Melody actually growls under her breath. Stop twisting, Forest. And you can see that she's visibly beginning to get angry at what's being said.
Twisting. No growing. Nurturing. Forest would be. Without me, this little town would have turned our forest into their stupid little playground, and there wouldn't be anywhere for the bunnies or the spiders. You can't have one without the other.
Wolves, natural. What you do, not natural.
Wolves, evil.
Did they harm someone close to you? Perhaps.
You can give me an insight roll, Vale. She doesn't reply to that. She just goes back to stirring, which kind of is the answer.
Hey.
Yeah, this is like clear. She had someone close killed by wolves. Like just the way she's referring to it, and all the general craziness, crazy wolf stuff. You also can tell something. It's like a little bit of the, you know, the way like maybe a certain vein in the forehead pulses, or maybe the certain way they're holding something. She's concentrating really hard on something. Not actually that hard, kind of like, you know, but she's concentrating on a spell.
I mean, I don't mean to cause alarm or something here, but you seem to be a little jumpy when it comes to these wolves, or dogs, or the hounds, or whatever.
I don't mind dogs.
That's funny, because I said the word hound, and you kind of jumped through your own skin there.
Gnomes.
Sid, don't split hairs. She
No,
doesn't like.
well, we're talking about splitting hairs, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just like, you seem a little strange.
What do you want then? Why are you here? If you're not wolves, and you're not here for the stew.
I thought I came here to talk to you, isn't that right? And I kind of look back to the other two, because Sid was half paying attention when he was in town, because he was reading his book when they were being talked to.
Yes. May I have a seat?
You have to clear away the webs.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm
Oh,
gonna.
no, it's okay. I'll cast prestidigitation on the chairs.
Yeah, perfectly syllable.
I'm gonna sit down on the chairs, and then I'm gonna motion for her to have a seat.
She doesn't.
Olgan, what happened to your dear one in the past? It was very sad. It was very, very sad, and it was unforgivable, but not by these creatures. They do not choose what they do. What happened is simply in their nature. Had a man done this, then yes, you would be within your rights to seek vengeance. But what you are doing now, it is not what is best for the forest.
Persuasion
What would
roll. With
your
advantage.
dear one say now?
Persuasion roll with advantage. Right.
You just did a Yoda.
I almost did it earlier. I was like, too old are you?
Yeah,
Very
I was
nearly.
really getting a Yoda vibe from
I
this.
got a little, like I deliberately steered away. She wouldn't be happy. She wouldn't know. But yes, maybe I've been too full of bitterness and hate.
It's time to perhaps spend some time in the village. See how it has progressed. Make friends. There are some lovely ladies in there we were talking to. Help people again.
It's been a long time, but well, you're only as old as you feel.
Exactly.
Oh, and the number of years that have passed.
It doesn't. It's the gnome.
He's also old. He's the oldest.
He's
person
the
in
oldest
room.
one, yeah. There's also the... Well, maybe I can help fix the town myself. In person,
Yes, but with
instead.
no more spiders. No more spiders. That is not the way they would want it to be.
No.
Think of the name you
You're
can
right.
make for yourself.
Maybe they'll trust me as the herbalist in the forest and the herb lady. Their herb lady. Yes. I think I'm gonna... And she kind of like lifts the stew up, like, and like holds
the dagger.
the cauldron, starts like walking out with it. And she's actually quite like fast, despite like looking incredibly frail. She's like going out of this cauldron, and just sort of goes out in front of you.
Olgan,
Yeah.
what was your name prior to being Wolfsbane? Because I can't imagine that's a bit on the nose.
I chose that name. We always choose our names. Our mother chooses the first name. We choose the last name. And then she leaves.
Should follow, because the undead waiting outside may attack unless we explain the situation. I'm gonna follow anyway.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna grab Melody's, assuming it's not occupied. I'm gonna grab Melody's wrist for a second to just like hold her back.
I don't know. If Gil's still holding one hand, I don't know if he is.
I am.
Then Melody's other hand would have other arm would have a shield on it. I mean,
That's fine.
But yeah, you could probably.
It's just one of
grab
those like if you guys go to leave, I go to like hold Melody back for a second.
She looks at Sid quizzically.
Melody, she seems a bit off, doesn't she? Yes, Sid. She seems a bit off, doesn't she?
Set the
Now,
kettle to
fully
the pot.
grasping the question that I'm asking and who I'm asking it to.
Yes, she twists forests. Very.
Not just forests, but also meanings. She's stronger than she should and faster than she should. Almost as though she herself is a creature that is in the skin of another.
Perhaps. What of it?
Her affinity with spiders and the things she says and does, I'm very hard pressed to believe that she's actually a human. I mean, doesn't that seem a bit off? I'm curious exactly how old she is and if she'd answer honestly if we asked.
It does seem a little strange that
She-
after one conversation with an elf, sorry, half elf, not half elf, solar elf, sorry, Vale.
Girls out of the room.
Peter's not there, so you're like, sorry, and you just look at the door.
It seems a bit strange that she'd change her whole mindset based on one conversation with a stranger.
Well, I mean, she is known around here, at least for some time, as not necessarily being a violent force. That came later on. Obviously, something happened to make her a little, like, pissed. I don't know what it is or why, but I get this feeling she isn't what she seems to be. Like, she's something else that just only appears to be human for the, well, maybe to trick the townsfolk and now us. I don't know. It just comes off as strange, doesn't it? Like, have you ever heard the stories of lycanthropy?
Like, can
Have I?
repeat?
Can give you a history roll.
I know this is probably asking a lot. Can I
That
do-
is beyond you. Whatever that is, you assume it's like a foot disease. It's and in fact, as he goes to explain like werewolves, Gilwin's never heard of a werewolf before. Like this entire part of the world that may or may not exist is something that Gilwin has not even heard stories of. Beyond
Can
that.
I do like a retroactive arcana almost if I sensed anything odd?
No, not a retroactive arcana. You
Or
could
ba-
do an
on the
insight with
basis.
disadvantage.
I'll get you later.
I mean, you could go like, has the bed been slept in? Has she been eating regular meals? That sort of thing.
Oh no, I mean what I was going for was as a fellow druid, could I go as anything along the lines of did I notice anything that might show a wild shape or anything of the sort?
That's definitely a go and look at them thing.
Okay, sure.
While you're having this conversation, she goes outside and with Vale towering, going behind, and then Nosebranch is like, "What? What?" And looks at Vale as he comes through the door, like, "You were meant to kill her."
We had a conversation, and she has decided to repent her ways. Have you not, Olga?
Yes, but this one's still.
No, the first place to start is with an apology, Olgan. The first place to start.
How could
you
I
say.
apologize to a dead man walking?
How could you enjoy a spider's company? It is easy as. Hmm? Now,
Give
do
me-
not be so stubborn.
Give me a persuasion roll, because that's actually a very good point. No, I can't argue, really. She can, though. And she just kind of goes, "Yeah, if he lives, then I kill." And she kind of like, actually, she just kind of like throws the cauldron to the ground, and it kind of like, on the ground nearby. Upside down.
He doesn't live. As you previously mentioned, he doesn't live. So you have no problem.
The problem is he's a wolf that doesn't live. He is, as your dim-witted friend says, unnatural. Melody. And actually, what she would do is she actually would say that in Melody's voice while staring at Vale. And then kind of goes, and walks back into the house and slams the door on Vale.
We're still in the house.
Yes. More or less.
We're talking.
Yeah.
He's holding your hand. I grabbed your shield for a
What
moment.
the hell are you doing making friends with a witch bitch?
What the hell are you doing getting caught in a web on your own and getting
I didn't get caught in a web. They knocked me out and they wrapped me up in a
get
web.
Caught. You were in the web. We freed you.
I've killed dragons, matey. When you go and fucking win the bloody Master's Hall in Drakenbrawl, you can come back here.
Well,
I don't see you being a master duelist, do I?
Across the face.
Oh, do you like?
Yeah. While he's talking, just.
You just slap him, which is so funny because of the earlier slap comment. Yeah, you absolutely do slap him. He doesn't get like any save or anything because he was just like calling you the fuck out. You just slap him just after he says you're not a master duelist. And he's like, and you do that and like teeth go, and he's like, that really stings, you know. You said you knew one of like me. You know it's not easy repairing bone and rotten fucking flesh, is it? You know how many you wouldn't understand. You fucking livebloods are all the same.
Livebloods? That is what you call us.
Not everyone.
No?
What
Well, I believe you promised me some answers when I left the house, and I have left the house, so now I believe it's the time.
Here's
no?
another persuasion roll for you.
Meanwhile, inside,
you say that and
he's
he
transformed
laughs.
and like sits like desperately stabbing her with like a garden trowel, crying.
He would have a trowel. He actually like laughs at that and is about to talk. Meanwhile, Olgan walks back down. He's like, out, leave, go on, leave.
Not Twist Forest anymore. Yes.
That's really the response you get.
Melody, come on.
She will be. Melody will sort of be watching. But she will allow herself to be pulled away.
I mean, walking along with them, I'm gonna ask her, be like, "Hey, how old are you, by the way?"
To Olgan, she just kind of like cackles, just. You're older than you, little gnome. Far
aren't you human?
Home. Humans can live a long year with proper diet.
Okay, so what does this diet consist of? And I actually pull out a notebook and a quill. And like now that they're like still walking out, and I'm still standing there.
You do that, and she's like, I thought you gnomish appreciated jokes. Leave, go on, get out, or I make you. I can do that.
Wait, that was a joke. That was like you weren't about to give me a recipe for. I mean, I was curious what was inside your stew there. Well, there and there and there and there, gesturing to the puddles, and she threw it.
She just kind of goes to the deepest part of the house and stops talking to anyone. You can keep talking at her. She
Literally
doesn't
like
really
a dog
respond.
when they've been bad. She just walks into a corner and pushes her face into it. And it's like, go away. Problem, go away.
Upstairs, Nosebranch is starting to explain. It's like, we all woke up in Lichvale. Well, we all wake up separately. Some of us under the city, some of us in the graveyard, some of us in the mass graves. There's a lot of us. Not as many as you. Well, not you. I don't know what the fuck you are. But, there's like the humans. And they kick us out of the city. Because they can't. They could kill us, but it you know. So, and actually now we've got the midwife who does that. I was before that, though. Most of us band together. We got this instinct, this fighting instinct. So we band up. Some of us take to raiding. I wanted to do more than that, you know? I want to do more than that. We don't know who we were before. We were someone, but I don't know who. So we like take our names and we go. But I went. I wanted to fight. I wanted to prove myself. So I went to the fighting pits in Drakenbrawl. And then a couple of months ago, I came down here. We want to protect this place. You know, do a little good. Do a little good. Make sure these people barely know how to wield a pitchfork. So, you know, when the spiders were causing some trouble, scaring some children, I thought I'd deal with that. You know, but and they actually aren't bad to me. The people here. I don't make a big deal of what I am. Some people know. I explain if they ask, like you. But I think they don't really mind. I think sometimes when you're off on your own in a place like this, you just kind of accept things are the way they are. I don't know. I don't really look a gift horse in the mouth. Aside from one time. But he was trying to like stample me. So yeah.
Bear's gonna put a hand on his shoulder. You sound like a good man.
Yeah. You know, despite everything, I think that's important to me. A lot of my kind, a lot of the deadless, they don't have a meaning, which makes us easy to abuse. A lot of others are trying to band us together in groups, become like little warlords of little undead armies, except for we can walk and talk and think. We're not just mindless. But I think I'm a little more than that. Personally. I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
Well, you certainly seem to have done a good job defending the village so far.
Yeah, well, I got caught, so. But you helped me. So.
But everyone gets caught. The only reason I am here now is when I got caught, a good friend of mine sacrificed himself to get me free.
At this point, you guys would have come outside. You would have heard much of this conversation.
Bear's gonna end that by he's gonna give the shoulder a squeeze and say, "We all need friends." Notes branch, and then let go.
She's definitely not a human. I just have no idea what she is.
Yes, she did seem to have quite a change of heart upon meeting this fellow here. I suspect we are being left with fewer and fewer choices. If anyone has a barrel of oil, we could pour it down there and set the place alight, but I suspect we do not.
No. We don't want to burn the forest. That would be bad, wouldn't it there, Melody?
Yeah, before even saying her name, Melody would have been glaring at just the mention of it. Glaring at him. So for once, she doesn't actually say Melody, because she's already glaring at him.
At me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Just at the possibility of burning the forest.
I wasn't even the one suggesting it. But
Yeah,
I was
you
the
were,
one that
you
made
little.
it simple.
You
I was
little.
simple speech. Yeah. So, that's funny. I was like, exactly.
Well, we tried the conversation route. Now I believe we go and have another longer conversation. Yes?
Well, I don't understand why it is that we need to even bother her any more than we already have. Did I misunderstand why we were sent here?
She's twisting the forest, and Melody is going to go in there and stop twisting the forest and then get herself killed. And right now, as you mentioned with Simwick, she's a little bit. I feel responsible for her.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. They both seem a little Simwick-ish, but perhaps Melody a little bit more so. But in this situation, I think Melody's the aggressor. Whose side should we take? Do we hang back and wait to find out who the victor is?
Melody is actually listening to this and just says in the middle, Melody not attack. She says she stopped twisting.
Yes, I'm not sure whether because she also agreed to go back to the village, and then Mr. Nosebranch here, and she went back in, and you see the cauldron. She had a little huff, and
that cauldron, she actually threw it on the ground outside here. It's not there anymore.
At what Vale says, Melody's eyes narrow, and she continue twisting, and then looks back at the hut and like takes a step towards it. I don't know if Gil's still holding her hand.
No, not at this point.
no, we are not sure.
Back.
We are not sure, Melody, whether she will continue or not.
It's a great idea. You know what? I have something I need to work on anyways. Why don't we head back to the town? We spend a couple days. If she's still twisting, we come in here and untwist it. And if she's not, and she holds to a word, then, well, at least I got my stuff done.
Yes.
I was going to turn to Nosebranch at this.
Like this. Melody agree.
What do you say, Nose French?
I was just here for the spiders.
You, of all people, understand the importance of second chances.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Speaking of that, Nose Branch, I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, come join us for the camp tonight. I do not know whether you wish to eat or drink, but you are welcome to what fare we have.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And no, I assume he actually starts like walking out the forest with you if you actually start following. Not
Yeah,
going at any great
so.
speed. Got a bit of a limp. Just like, you know, she's crazy, but you know, the villagers told me she was nice. So I don't know. Maybe she's nice. Maybe she's just crazy. Maybe she just, you know, everybody goes a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah, but you know, we like keeping her around. Melody's not that bad.
Melody?
He's just confused at that because he doesn't know who Melody is. He doesn't know like Melody's a villager or anything. It's just like, yeah, yeah. Like actually gives like a look to Vale, like what
They are
very Gillowen look from this guy actually.
It is funny you should mention it. Actually, I intend to become a master duelist. It is funny that you mention it. Perhaps you say you have fought in the pits. Much single combat.
Oh, you're always single combat. I fight alone.
Perhaps you could teach me some tips and tricks. Certainly, having some help from a more than 100-year-old veteran has to help. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I ain't lost. I know how to fight. So, you head back into the village, and with that, we're gonna take our second break. And
That went quick. Oh.
Yeah, because it was a high octane situation. Anything could have happened. She could have whipped a gun out of the cauldron. Who knows? You know, it could have. Anything could have happened. So,
Out of all the possibilities, that was relatively low, to be honest.
it was there. It's always there.
I nearly got greedoed.
Anyway, we're gonna take our break. I don't know what the hell Scott's signing to me in Alien.
Too legit to quit.
Oh, Scott's being old. Okay, we'll be back in like 5-ish minutes, probably less. See ya.
What?